Madam Acting President, I chose to include fair go in the party name because it is a uniquely Australian phrase which communicates my belief that the ability to succeed should be the result of hard work, contribution and loyalty to Australia, and not on who you know, ethnicity or membership of any particular group. Madam Acting President, when membership of a particular group is all that is needed to gain a benefit or any advantage over others, it causes division in society. It's the reason I won't support any race-based laws and have already introduced a bill to repeal the First Nations Voice Act 2023. Madam Acting President, targeted hiring practices in government based on gender, sexual orientation, culture and linguistic diversity are permitted by the Equal Opportunity Act 1984. These diversity, equity and recruitment or DEI programs are unfair to qualified applicants. They reinforce negative stereotypes and they serve to divide and not unify people. Madam Acting President, race-based laws and DEI programs are just bad policy. But diversity, equity and inclusion programs are not the only bad, politically correct policy. Labor governments in South Australia rank climate change and increasing population and Indigenous rights ahead of the needs of hard-working, contributing, loyal Australians. Madam Acting President, every political party, through its policies, has a vision of the way it wants to see society organised. In sport, a fair go means biological boys and men don't compete against girls and women in female-only events or share their change rooms, showers and toilets. In the hiring process, a fair go means individuals are hired on merit, not because they meet a quota. In the law, a fair go means sentencing principles are applied irrespective of the offender's identity or membership to a particular group. In education, a fair go means allowing parents to be the chief decision makers about the moral and ethical teaching of their children, not schools, bureaucrats and governments, so their children can develop into the people they were meant to be. It also means the success of students should never be determined by their postcode nor their gender. Madam Acting President, a fair go means better appreciating and backing our food and wine producers, like giving farmers the right to have stock saving and crop saving dams on their own properties during times of drought. A fair go means working with rather than against primary producers in regional areas by understanding their problems and actually listening to ideas from these people who are experts in their respective fields. In health, a fair go means rural and regional individuals have the same health outcomes as those in metropolitan Adelaide. In families, a fair go means new laws are needed to prevent parental alienating behaviours causing harm to adults and this child abuse to the children affected. A fair go means a child born alive after a failed abortion is given the same care as a wanted child born alive. A fair go means that all children have the right to live, and it means parents have the right to be supported in raising their child and not be forced down the avenue of abortion. A fair go means renters have access to rooftop solar electricity like owner-occupiers who install rooftop solar and a battery already do, so they're not paying the highest electricity prices in the state. A fair go means electricity users are not forced to subsidise wind and solar farm operators when they do not produce electricity, which is most of the time. And a fair go means having a government with the same awareness and support for men and men's issues such as physical health and mental health, and calling out a culture that demonises masculinity and unfairly blames all society's ills on men. Madam Acting President, 1 in 4 South Australians were born overseas. If these individuals and their families are to feel Australian and to contribute and to be loyal to the country, we must offer them a fair go to succeed. We must provide a level playing field in South Australia where success is determined by application and effort, not identity. In short, a fair go for all.